10 years ago, we witnessed on live television the unfolding and aftermath of one of the most devastating natural disasters in the history of the United States. With it, the interaction of politics, race, poverty, and bureaucracy screeched to a messy crash that played before us all and may have cost us American lives as a result. Our Get to the Point panel will give us perspectives on Katrina in 2005, as well as America in 2015, especially in regards to how we come together or don't come together as a nation during times of crisis. My starting point this evening starts with a question that probes the depth of issues, analysis, and pain that Hurricane Katrina created. So let me ask, what's the difference between Kanye West blurting out on live television that President George Bush doesn't care about black people in 2005, an activist shutting down presidential campaign stops with shouts of Black Lives Matter in 2015? Absolutely nothing to some. To others, both events couldn't be any more different. Unfortunately, Hurricane Katrina brought a lot more than flooding rains and damaging winds to the Gulf Coast in 2005. The storm also brought with it a sticky complexity of how we deal with the details of crisis and how we view each other in the heat of the moment. During Katrina, we learned everything we didn't want to know about America, but needed to learn before the rain started. We learned that bureaucracy, an entity that usually answers to American politics and not the American people, can shove aside a problem until a proactive fix becomes a retroactive scurry while lives are on the line. We learned that the chain of command, from the local level to the presidency of the United States, can become cumbersome and confusing while events unfold. We learned that resources can be wasted, and as a result, lives will be lost if the pressure of a situation becomes too much for those in positions of accountability. We learned that poverty is not just a condition of comfort. It is a parameter that dictates which life and death options are available. And we learned that political and societal optics matter. If people believe in you, believe that you care, and believe that you will get the job done, everyone can overcome. And if the opposite is true, well, yet we sit 10 years later and can ask this follow-up question. We learned a lot during Hurricane Katrina, but what have we actually learned from the devastating storm? Have we learned how to remove the impediments of race and politics from the business of problem-solving our national challenges? The political frustrations after Superstorm Sandy in 2012 and the protests in the streets of America since 2009 may indicate otherwise. Have we addressed the crippling effects that poverty has on all aspects of American life, from health conditions on a daily basis to life-saving options during a life or death dilemma? Have we turned the page and begun to elect leaders that care, that are proactive, and that are effective across the American divide? Folks with real leadership moxie? Or are we still stuck on voting for candidates with incumbency, flashy resumes, or family name ID? Hurricane Katrina was not just a storm that leveled New Orleans. It was a mirror that floored us with the realities of where we were as a nation just a few years after September 11th, 2001. We were divided from each other, we were suspicious of each other, and we were caught unprepared to fully help each other. The reflection back on 2005 is an opportunity to project forward in 2015 a renewed sense of the willpower, focus, and character that it will take to address the economic, social, political, and racial storms we face today. The folks that bravely fought to keep their heads above water, literally, in 2005, showed us that we were headed towards an underwater moment as a nation. How and if we keep our heads above and stay afloat these days may depend on the lessons we take from Hurricane Katrina.